Yo, what is up, you guys? Hope you're all having a great day. Market is being very, very fun today. It's like a day trader's heaven. Who's all here today? We got 33 people on so far. Give it a minute for some people to hop on before we start talking about Tesla and talking about the market. But very, very fun day today so far. Freaking NASDAQ opening down 3% and was almost literally green at one point. Absolutely insane. SPY dropping pretty significantly too. Tesla, oh my god, Tesla hit 700. I was going to sell some puts. We'll talk about that in a bit. Grabbed the 820 call at open and closed up 100%. Let's go, Pente. Hell yes. Toby, thank you so much for the birthday wishes. Today is my birthday. And fun fact for you guys here. Past 3 years in a row, you can go look at the date, February 24th, the S&P 500 has dropped over 2.5% on my birthday each and every single day. 2020, it dropped 2.5%. It dropped 2.5% in 2021 on February 24th. And today it was down like nearly 3%. So I think that the consensus is I have to grab a shitload of puts on my birthday next year. And, I'll make some cash, but we'll see. Thank you guys for the birthday wishes. I have 700 puts, hoping it tumbles down again. We'll talk about that. Talk about the market, talk about Tesla. I liquidated a decent amount of shit today. We'll talk about that as well. But not too shabby. Is anybody worried? We'll talk about this actually first. Is anyone worried about their portfolios before we talk about Tesla and stuff? The biggest piece of advice I can give you guys right now is be very careful with options, especially with high implied volatility. Be very, very careful with margin. I recommend having a margin account, because with a margin account, you can do like put credit spreads, sell cash, secured puts and stuff like that. But if you have a bunch of margin in your account, like you're borrowing a ton of money, it could be a problem. So be worried. Be worried, because they will pull a margin call very quickly. Not worried. Very good, Vincent. Happy birthday. Thank you, Marion. I'm worried about my life, let alone my portfolio. I feel you. That is unfortunately, that's what I was telling my students today. Like, not as a joke, but like, do you think that we'll end up hitting 300 on SPY? And I'm like, well, might have more problems than that if that happens. 90% of my stock portfolio is Tesla. Jonathan, a little worried. What else would I see? Yeah, so you really shouldn't be worried. Proper risk management, always important. But we'll see what ends up happening with the market. I really don't recommend using margin. I really don't recommend having a ton of options. A lot of people have been asking me specifically in regards when it comes to Tesla. A lot of people have been asking me this about leaps. I honestly don't recommend leaps right now. Normally, I like leaps as a means of leveraging your cash long term, but I wouldn't be surprised if the market sits sideways for the next year or we don't have massive movement. So like normally I'm a huge proponent of leaps, not with how the market is right now. Happy birthday. Thank you so much, guys. So I closed a lot out today, a lot of positions. It is so far this month, I've made 16 grand. Last month, in January, made about 26 grand. December was like 22 grand and November was like 21 grand. So I've made a decent amount of money in the past 4 months. The goal, I'll talk about this before we get into Tesla. I'm sure this is going to be like a 30-minute instead of a 15-minute, but whatever. You're constantly, as a portfolio manager, you're either in two modes. You're in capital conservation mode or you're in capital appreciation mode, right? Sorry, had to clear my throat, had to cough a little bit. You're either in capital appreciation or capital conservation mode. One of the two. You're never in both at the same time. Over the past 4 or 5 months, I've been in capital appreciation mode. I've been putting a little bit more risk to my portfolio to hopefully make better returns. But recently, I'm really focusing on capital conservation. My goal is to close a lot of... Oh, I gotta sneeze. Sorry about that. My goal today was to close out a decent amount of stuff because we have confirmed the uptrend is done. We'll talk about that in a minute. Not for Tesla necessarily, but for SPY. We'll talk about that soon. But the goal now is to save and hold on to the money that I have made over the past, year and a half, 2 years. Because that we're in a capital conservation mode right now. a lot of what I'm going to be doing right now, if you're part of my mentorship program or if you're within the premium section of the Discord, is selling cash secured puts. It's one of my favorite things to do. Very high chances of profitability. I made like 60% or like $600 on my cash secured puts I sold on Tesla this morning in 5 minutes. Now they did expire tomorrow, and so IV is massive. That's going to kill it, and same with theta decay. But still, because of how high IV is, it's very easy to make money. I have some cash secured puts on SQQQ. I'm up 33% on right now too. So by the pullback, figured with the invasion things would crash after market open. Now we can talk about that too. But across the board, capital conservation. I closed about $6,000, $7,000 in losses today. So for the month, I'm still profitable. I doubt it will stay that way. Honestly, I really do. You guys know me. I'm not a bear normally, but we will talk about some things. So let's take a look at Tesla first, since that's what we talk about mainly on here. So taking a look here on Tesla. What's the delta? So I closed the Tesla position that I had the delta on. The delta for my SQQQ is 146. The theta is 392. So you have to realize the contract is only worth right now in total about $360, or I'm sorry, the contract is worth about $540 right now for the person who purchased it. And if overnight, if it sits sideways, they're losing $392, which is beautiful. So my goal this morning was to sell some stuff to get a bunch of money together, sell cash secured puts on Tesla at $700. I was going to start selling some 650s. I would have ended up making $2,000 in profits. Instead, I waited and Tesla ripped 7%, maybe more than that. Actually, Tesla ripped about 10%, and I was unable to get the position I initially wanted. So I went with a closer in time one with less money and made like $200. But looking at how this is right now, let's talk about Tesla first. We talked about this support here at about $764. We snapped that support. We said yesterday, and if you look in the Discord too, we talked about this morning in Discord as well, but or last night before the market closed, I said we're going to have we're probably going to end up with a drop significantly down to that $700 price point. Is basically what we're expecting, a drop down to 700. That happened to a T. Why was this such a support? Why is $700? Why would we bounce here? Why would this be a support? Who knows? Judging off of technical analysis, why would this be a support? Most of it doesn't have to do with actual technical support. Point of control, very nice. Gold star for RC, gold star for Jonathan. Yeah, point of control. So point of control, volume point of control is the highest amount of volume within a given time frame. So huge bounce here. Now, next support, if we snap $700, which I wouldn't be surprised if we snap for $700, and this is where the title of the video goes, next support is 525. So if we look at next support for Tesla, it's all the way down at the 500s. I wouldn't be surprised. I think there's probably about a 40% chance that this happens, but I wouldn't be surprised. So with Tesla specifically, you guys know I don't really trade Tesla that much as we freaking talk about it on this channel. I don't trade it that much. I will probably predominantly be trading Tesla over the next couple of weeks because implied volatility is pretty damn high for a stock with that big of a market cap, and the volume is massive as well, right? So selling cash secured puts, you need a ton of volume. And Tesla has that. Apple has a lot of volume. SPY has a lot of volume, but IV is normally not that high. So like the IV on Tesla for next Friday, if I were to sell some like cash secured puts around $700, I'd make $1,800. Does anybody here not know what a cash secured put is? We can briefly talk about it. I have a bunch of videos, so I don't want to do like a whole seminar, but does anybody not know what a cash secured put is? Speak now or forever hold your peace. Me, Colin, I don't. Jan. Okay, so everybody knows what a call and a put is. Does everyone know what a call and a put is? You buy a call and you're bullish. You buy a put and you're bearish. Okay, so normally, let me just, what would this be? Sketchpad. I don't know if you guys can be able to see this or not. Sometimes I use this terrible program. Look, this is literally, dude, I haven't looked at this in like a year. And last time I used this crappy Sketchpad was to do something like this. Okay. Is there like an eraser? Okay, there's an eraser tool. Let me erase all this. Can I just like quickly erase all this? I can't quickly erase it, damn it. Can I start a new one? I don't know how to start a new one of these, whatever. I'm gonna have to erase it briefly. So there we go. All right, so normally when you buy a cash secured put, I got the same sketch pad and it's crappy, I feel you. So normally when you buy a call, I hope you guys can see that. That looks really bad. When you buy a call, you're bullish. We're gonna say up. This is the buy zone. Left, if you buy a call, it's bullish, right? If you buy a put, you're bearish. Everybody understand this. And if you don't know any of this, go to the Discord, link is in the description, it's updated, and go to the courses and seminars section. There's a whole bunch of videos completely for free. Everybody gets this. Remember to hit the thumbs up button. Thank you very much, BG. So everyone remembers this, right? Buying a call, you're bullish. Buying a put, you're bearish. Okay? There is somebody on the other end of every single transaction. There's someone on every single transaction. So if you buy a call, is the person selling you it bullish or bearish? So if you buy a call, is the person selling it to you a bull or a bear? Let me know. I'm going to sip a little coffee here. Mana, $2 super chat for a box of tissues. Thank you, my friend. Happy birthday to me. Use a crayon. Very true. Bearish. Yes. So if you're buying a call and you are bullish, the person who is selling you the call is bearish. Okay? The person who is selling you a bullish position is bareback. You're right. Okay, Ziggy. So the person who's selling you the call is bearish. Okay? So if you're buying a put, you're bearish. So is the person selling you a put a bull or a bear? The person selling you a cash secured put, are they a bull or are they a bear? They're a bull. Amen. Let's go. So they are bullish, right? Okay. So when you get a call, you're going to lose money, unfortunately, most of the time, especially if you're trading a weekly or something like that, because you have to deal with theta decay, implied volatility, etc., 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 right? So when you sell an option to somebody, they're going to lose money 80 to 90% of the time. It's going to expire worthless. Usually 90% of the time it's going to expire worthless. An option changes hands all the freaking time. So when you sell a cash secured put or you sell a covered call to somebody, you are the one who is going to be making a decent amount of cash off of that, and they're going to make a good amount of money. Or you're going to make a good amount of money, they're going to lose money, unfortunately. So when you sell a cash secured put, you are saying, I will buy 100 shares of that stock at a specific price. For instance, earlier this morning, when Tesla was at $700, I was going to sell a $600 put. Okay? A $600 put means I have to pay 600 times 100, so $60,000. And I am using a contract to say I will buy 100 shares of Tesla at $600. If Tesla bounces, then I just get to keep my premium. The premium on that would have been like $2,000, right? If it went up, I would have made $2,000. If it sat sideways, I would have made $2,000. If it dropped, and as long as it held above 600, I would have made $2,000. So you can see there's a lot more ways to win, but you're capping the amount of money that you can make, which is why a lot of people don't like to do it. And the issue too is a lot of people just don't like to do it because you're really only going to make like 1% a week, and a lot of people are not fans of that. So Tesla just went green. We're up about 2.0%. I would not be surprised if we end up rejecting here. So this is not, have fun, I need to poop. So this is not a bad place, honestly, to get some puts. Can we see 500-ish? Yes, I definitely think we could see 500. I think there's about a 40% chance, but I do think that there's a chance that we could see it. Do you sell weekly or monthlies? I sell weeklies. That's usually what I do. I sell weeklies because your implied volatility is going to be so massive and the theta decay is going to be so massive that the person who buys it is going to get fucked. I've just got demonetized, whatever. They're going to get screwed. So you're playing the casino when you're selling options as opposed to playing the player. I guess I should close my calls then. I mean, you can do whatever you want. I mean, Tesla, this is not a bad place for to go short, in my opinion. Looking at Tesla right here, double top on the 1 minute, RSI is at 60. There is a squeeze happening, so we could probably try to break out here. But for me, the RVR is pretty nice to the downside. Maybe I will just grab some straight up puts. Maybe I will grab some straight up puts. But to give you guys an example, this is a very good example of selling cash secured put. Looking at SQQQ, I sold a cash secured put back at 1023. SQQQ was trading at $48.56, right? 30 minutes later, it's trading at almost the same price, yet I'm up $140 or 20% potential returns just because it's sitting sideways. If the put goes in the money, do you take the assignment? This is a whole different video, but you can, one, take the assignment. So I would just own 100 shares of Tesla at 600. I could take the assignment and sell covered calls, which is called a wheel strategy, which is very good too, until I get assigned. Then I sell puts till I get assigned. Then I sell calls till I get assigned. You do that in perpetuity. Or the third thing you can do, which is mainly what I tend to do, is I actually just continue to roll the position out. So let's say that Tesla dropped, snap support at 700, dropped to 615. It has to go to 600 for me just to break even. Let's say it's at 615. I would close out the position and then sell a 550. If it drops to 550, I sell the position, I drop and I sell it to like $500. So you're not going to make massive money, but you can pretty easily make about a 30 to 50% return per year, which is pretty damn nice. I did the wheel strat Tesla at 1045. Yeah. I mean, you want to use something that's constantly trending up, and you normally want to like enter when we're on these 200 SMAs and whatnot, just because they're pretty good. Let's talk about Tesla. So personally, Tesla at 770, if you're in like a day traded call, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not a financial advisor, but if I was in a day traded call, I would probably take my profits. I actually might grab some puts here. It could cup and handle breakout and potentially, but I may actually grab some puts. I think the risk versus reward is here. Remember, as traders, we're not looking to be right. We're just looking for good trades. We're not trying to like be correct on anything. We're just trying to find some good trades that we can take. And if the setup is there, then you take the position. Let me see. I'm on singles. 765 put. One of them is $3,000. All right, so looking at the chain, I do a 765 put. I'm gonna buy one. It's $3,700. See if I can fill. All right, so I bought a 765 put on Tesla. I'm looking for a break below 760 and a hold. If we break out above 768 and push up to 773, I will close it out for a loss. Let's see. Do you have a video going through cash secured puts and what brokerages to use? Yeah, if you go, I can actually tag you guys here. If you go to the Discord and go to courses and seminars section, you can go, where is it? The theta decay explained, implied volatility explained, selling cash secured puts and put credit spreads. Put credit spreads, if you don't have a ton of capital, you can, it's basically the same strategy, but you're buying like an insurance put. So you would buy a put below it. Good bounce here on Tesla. Could be a little cup and handle here. Watch for a breakout. But yeah, I just posted in there. I closed calls and got 20% profit. Let's go. What would you suggest for the holder? Sell for now? Sell, Sandy, sell what? Sell if you have shares or calls? Selling puts or grabbing straight puts? I'm grabbing straight puts. I'm probably going to get stopped out, though. I'm probably going to get stopped out. Did it not fill? It's for next Friday, too. It's looking pretty good, though. Like, it's going to break out, though. We'll also talk about SPY, too. I got to do that. I'm, like, getting sidetracked with, like, fucking taking positions in Tesla. All right. Let's go through these. You selling puts? I grabbed them. 700 close today, guys. Hell yeah. Thoughts on AMC? Let's briefly take a look at AMC. AMC's got some good support here. It'll probably hold. If not, it'll drop down to 8. Why sell in literally the worst timing, especially if you're in the minus? Leonard, what do you mean why sell if you're in the minus? Please reiterate that. I don't understand that. What is your thought process when picking strikes? So if I'm selling a put and I'm picking a strike, what I look for right now is usually going to be something that has high implied volatility, high open interest. Those are 2 things I'm looking for. And I'm looking for something that normally has an 80% chance of profitability. Which that's for the holder. Sell and pick it back up when it's down to get more shares. It depends on, so like when you're entering something like Tesla, or just any company you plan to have long term, you really need to focus on why you got into the position in the first place, right? Because I see too many times, like, dude, imagine, this is a great example. Imagine you woke up today, right? And you saw Tesla was down 7%. And you thought to yourself, shit, it's down 7%. It might snap $700, which means it's going to drop to 550. I'm just selling everything and I'm grabbing puts. You would have lost your ass today. Like, you would have lost your ass heavy. So that's why I don't think you should just go flip-flopping. If you're planning on having a position long term, you hold on to it. So I don't think you should try to time that, especially if you have something long term. Do you have any input on current news plays any role in this or no effect at all? It definitely plays a role, but I don't really ever pay attention to the news. I don't pay attention to shit. I really don't. I try to have the most objective mindset when it's looking at charts at all, and I'm waiting for it. I've realized that I am a lot more stressed of a human being when I pay attention to the news, whether that's world news or it's just CNBC in the stock market. I really don't pay attention to it. I have found that it does not make me a better trader if I pay attention to it. If anything, I'm trying to like time things more and it just doesn't work. Tesla's really squeezing here. We're either going to get a big drop down to 750 or a big pump up to 780. What do you think about Biden speaking at 12:30 up or down? I honestly have no clue, Carlos. I don't know. But SPY is up a lot, so I wouldn't be surprised if we sold back off. I mean, it's not up a lot, but like we have recovered a lot from lows. Advice to a Tesla shareholder with an average of 400. It's already took profit at 900, waiting to see if 700 holds. I mean, if your cost average is 400, what I would do is sell cash secured or sell covered calls or just hold it, man. Like, you guys have to remember, this is why I keep a trading journal, and you have to journal why you got into something, right? Because if you got into it for something, like let's say that you got into a day trade and the market crashes, you can't just say now like, oh, it's a long-term investment. Like you can't say that. Like you know what I mean? I've seen it happen too many times where someone's like, I'm going to day trade Palantir, and then it fucking dies, and then they just hold it for a week, and it continues to die, and now it's a long-term investment. Not because they planned on it being a long-term investment, but because shit's not going the way they want it to, so now it's a long-term investment. Like, you have to remember why you do this, and why you took a position, right? I took in a position in a firm. Someone asked for an Affirm update, Tim. I took a position in a firm for a 6 to 8 month hold, right? It's been 2. So I'm not going to sell it early. I'm still holding it. I'm actually going to start selling covered calls on it. We'll talk about that in a different video to help you guys. Boom, there we go. Nice snap. If we can get past 760, I'm up $107. If we can get past 760, we can get a drop down to 750. But yeah, so you have to remember why you got into a position. That's one of your most important things. Now let's talk about S&P 500. Looking at Tesla, like I said, intraday, I think we're probably topping here. I think we could see a sell-off back down to 700. We snap 700, we're going to 550. I think there's like a 40% chance of that happening. Looking at the S&P 500, big support at 427. This is why I don't trust this shit. I normally am a huge bull, but one of the things I talk about a lot is confirmation of trends. We have broken this trend. Breaking 425 was a confirmation of that, right? There is a chance that the S&P 500 can rip tomorrow and today, and we can close over 426. I wouldn't be surprised. But as of right now, looking at the data that's given to us right this second, we have snapped this trendline support. We are no longer in an uptrend as of right now. The supports coming up for the S&P 500 are going to be down here at $400. If we snap $400, we are going down to $340. I'm not trying to be, the world is ending type of guy, because I'm never that type of person. But if we snap 400, sorry about that. If we snap 400, we are dropping down to 340, which means from here to 340 is a 17% loss. That means we would erase all of the gains that we have made after the COVID push. All right. I think there's like a 37 to like 42% chance of that happening. One thing I will say to you guys, and I've been saying it for a bit, and I've been talking about a potential drop or a potential correction in Q1, which we've seen. Oh, I'm up $527. Do I want to take my profits here? I feel like as soon as I sell, it's really going to shit the bed. All right, I closed it. Fuck it. I'm going to close it. $5.95, whatever. Oh, I have so many messages. So yeah, overall, closed. Overall, I am still bullish on the market in general. 527, not too shabby. Now it bounced. I'm telling you, dude, now that I sold, this thing is gonna fucking die. I sell at the worst times. Really do. Okay. So going back to what I was saying about SPY, if we snap 400, we can go back down to $340. That's potential to give away all of that profit that we had before. I think it's a low chance, but it's still a potential. Potentially that could end up happening. The biggest thing. Well, let's look at IWM now too. I had something I wanted to say, I completely forgot. IWM looks like shit, really bad. This is not looking hot. Big bear flag, looking like we might gap down to 160, and there's a gap to fill down here as well. So you do have to remember that. And then as well, taking a look at QQQ, which went over a little bit. QQQ tried to bounce off support at 315. Support below that is 300, 260, 240. Those are the supports. Why would you not be selling a call credit spread? I mean, you could do a call credit spread if you want. It really just depends on like your personal preference. Whenever you do a spread, you're going to make your money on the back end of the time as opposed to the front end of the time. So like the same way that an option severely decreases in value due to theta decay the longer you hold it, the inverse happens when you end up having your like call credit spreads or put credit spreads. You make most of your money on the end. So like, let's say you get a put credit spread for like 7 months from now. It doesn't matter what the hell the stock does today. You're not going to see that much of a difference. But towards the back end of the life cycle of that option is when you're going to see the most of it. So yeah, looking at QQQ, that's it. My goal and my plan for the market is to hold the positions I have, hold what I want, stick some hedges in place, have some hedges right now in place, and then sell covered calls on positions I want to hold. That's the goal. Biggest, most important thing is not losing money. It's going to happen. It's part of the game. Oh, what I was going to say was talking about Q1. This is going to knock a lot of people out of the market, which is good and it's bad. I hate when I see people get knocked out of the market because I was one of those people where I was like, dude, trading profitably is fucking impossible. Like, it really is. And then I actually learned, like, okay, there are ways that you can actually trade where you win way more than you lose. You're just not going to make insane profits, like 300-400% a year. But There are a lot of people who started trading within the past 24 months that are not going to be around in 12 months, right? This is the type of market that knocks out the weak. And I don't want you guys to be those people. And most of the time, it's not even about being strong or weak. It's about mentality and proper position sizing, right? Proper position sizing is extremely important, and understanding that there are waves to this, right? If you're somebody who's going to be posting profits, you have to be okay with having losses, right? I'm staggered. I made this long, and I'm staggered. I made it this long, and I'm the weak. If you would, what would be your strike? What would you be selling with call credit spreads? What would be my strike for Tesla? A call credit spread? Oh, it really depends. I mean, I would probably be doing tomorrow and like a 755 and no, probably a 760, a 770 and a 765, or 765 and a 760, because I don't think we're going to get above 770. There's potential, but anytime you're doing that, you want to risk a small amount of your portfolio. Fuck me, man. If this snaps 754, I'll be leaving a lot of money on the table. Whatever. I love how you have the same dialogue as me when talking about profits. Because, I mean, that's the thing, though. Like, you guys can't put too much into the market, like, mentally. Like, you mentally cannot put too much in the market. And I know that sounds easy because you guys are like, oh, well, you have more money. But it's like, you can't. Like, you have to understand, like, how do you think Goldman Sachs, like, options pit traders are right now? Do you think they give a fuck? They don't give a fuck about client money. They don't give a shit. It's not their money. They don't care. And that's how you have to be in the market. You have to not care. You have to pretend like the money is not yours and you're trading it for a client. Like, you have to not give a shit, and you have to not wrap your ego around your trades and your personal, like, I don't care. Like, I post my profits and losses each and every single week. This will probably be like a $7,000 loss this week. Who gives a shit, right? It's just a part of it. Talk to me in 5 years. Talk to me in 10 years. Talk to me in 5 months. Like, that's how you have to think about this, man. Like, you have to be dead when it comes to trading. You really do. It's just a part of it. And that's why so many people were like, you don't think the market's going to drop? And I'm like, it could, but we haven't broken the uptrend. Now we have broken the uptrend. And now that we've broken the uptrend, we have to start to put the positions in place and start to have a system. We're not just doing random shit here. We have a system. It's kind of like a fire drill, right? There's plenty of times where, like, you're a kid in school and you got to do the fire drill and you're like, dude, there's no fire. Like, why are we just walking through the halls and going outside for no reason? But you have to do that because you have to have a plan. If there literally is a fire, what do? We have a fire right now. Everyone should have a system in place on what happens, right? Free speech, correct. Nicholas, I have an option that I have for Tesla 1500 that I bought for 11,900. Expires September. It's already down 10,800. Fuck my life. Well, Nicholas, you'll have a very nice tax write-off for the next 4 years. Not that big of a deal. It sucks, but everybody learns, and realizing the market doesn't always go up. It's just a part of it. It's just a part of it. It's all a learning experience. I used to get really upset at myself when I lost like 20 grand my first time. And I was like, dude, what the fuck? But then I thought to myself, like, some people spend $100,000 on degrees they don't fucking use. It's fine. Good support on Tesla, just triple bottomed here. So I did the right thing by getting out. All right. Any questions? We'll leave the last 5 minutes for questions. Jesus Christ. I've been streaming for 34 minutes. I wanted to do 15. Any questions? Throw out some questions or some tickers. I'm not gonna be able to look at all the tickers, but if you guys have any questions specifically, I would like to hear questions about maybe spreads, about what to do. If anyone's worried about your portfolio, explain your situation. Any questions can help. I lost $30,000 yesterday. Okay, let's recap that. Let's talk about that for a second. Peach, got Tesla at 898. Do I hold? Let me ask you, Peach, why did you get into Tesla at 898? I'm not putting you on the spot. I'm just asking. Why did you get in at 898? What was your plan? What was your goal? Why did you enter? Right? And the one thing, guys, that I need to stress here if you are trading with money that you need, like within the next year, you should not be trading with that money. So you need to, that's like a big thing, guys. You know what I mean? But yeah, if you want to let me know, Peach, let me know why you got in, whatnot. We'll talk about that. If not, yeah, I would probably just hold it. Lost 30K yesterday. Chef, how did you lose 30K? Options, what percentage of your portfolio is that? It's something we could talk about when it comes to risk management. I've lost that much too. When I had 50 grand, my first time I turned 5 grand to 50 grand, I lost 25,000 in a day. So it sucks, but can you recap on the high and low of Tesla for today? I honestly think the high on Tesla will probably be 770. I could completely be wrong. Next support would be 750, 740. If we snap 740, we're going to 716. What indicators do you use for signs of a bottom? Usually I just look for major support on a big time frame, major support. If not, I would look at RSI divergences. It's a very good way to find a bottom, especially intraday, is RSI divergences. If you guys don't know how to do that, go to the Discord, link is in the description. Also hit the like button, and you can go to the courses and seminar section. There's a whole technical analysis mastery course that I made for you guys for free. Does Tesla close up? I don't think so. Personally, I don't. Cool stream. It's my first time. Hell yes, Jonathan. Thank you. I wanted to do these every day, but I just don't have enough time most of the time because I say I'm going to do 15 minutes and I don't. I do like 30 to an hour. Philippe, I'd stay on the stream for at least 2 hours a day. Thank you very much, my friend. It means the world to me. If you can hold Tesla for a while, yeah, not using margin, I agree. Can I still use this year's loss for next year? Yes, you can. I'm not a financial advisor or a tax accountant, but you can use, so when you lose money in the market, you can only write off $3,000, but you can roll it year over year. So let's say you lose $3,000. Let's say you lose $3,000 or 30 grand this year. You can write off $3,000 a year for 10 years. Unless you're a full-time trader, which I can make a video on that. Like, I get to write off all my losses for a year if I have them. I can explain how you can do that if you want. Do you think Tesla will finish green? I don't think so. AMC to go back to 18 plus, potentially, could see 20, potentially. Wells Fargo just got some big boys. Hang on. Ooh, Wells Fargo just got $2 million in calls. 225, 2022. Who the oh, that's 30,000. 414, 2022. 1.18 million. That is a beautiful flow right there. I would wait to see if Wells Fargo drops to 49, but I'm definitely watching that for sure. I was full on margin, $1,200 Tesla. Fuck. Yeah, you don't want to be on margin. XPEV, bear bottom soon. Let's take a quick look. XPEV, there's a good area of volume here at 30, but if we snap that, we're going down to 23. I don't like it too much, okay? Like, not too much. What is the best way to boost a small portfolio? That's a very, very good question, guys. This is phenomenal. This is a phenomenal question, but it's also where a lot of people lose their shit. So let's talk about this briefly. I'll do a whole video. All right, if you have a small portfolio, say $2,000, this is exactly to a T what I would do. But I'm not a financial advisor, so I'm just a dude on YouTube. If I had $2,000, I would focus on put credit spreads. Put credit spreads are going to be your highest chance of profitability with your least amount of risk. If you don't know how to trade put credit spreads, go to the Discord, go to the courses and seminar section. It teaches you that, but I'll do a whole video. I would do put credit spreads if I had $2,000 portfolio. I would risk max $100 per trade, which means in a shitty situation, you get about, what would that be, 40 trades in a row to lose all your money? 20 trades in a row to lose all your money. Do I need Robinhood spreads? You do not, Jay Feather, but you do need to be a level, like highest level or whatever. Can you do put credit spreads on trading 212? I believe you can, Crayon. So I would do put credit spreads or call credit spreads if you're bearish, but I would use credit spreads with an RVR of 1-1. And what I would do is I would risk max $100 per position. The goal is not to hit home runs. The goal is to stay around long enough to hit a fuckload of singles until you retire. And what I would do is grow that from 2,000 to 5,000 over maybe like a year and a half. And then from 5,000, I would do the same exact thing, but raise your loss. So when you grow from 2,000 to 3,000, instead of risking $100 per trade, risk 150. When you go from 3,000 to 400, I would risk 150, go up to 200. Once you get to about $8,000 to $10,000, I would stop doing put credit spreads and I would sell cash secured puts because you're going to have less risk. But here's the thing, and this is what I want you guys to understand this above all else. You will not become a millionaire trading stocks. Straight up. I will be the only fucking person on YouTube to tell you this. It's very hard. If you start with $2,000, you are not going to be able to turn $2,000 into 200 grand. You're like, and maybe over 40 years. Your goal should be living below your means as much as you humanly can and sock away as much cash as you humanly can into a trading account and sell cash secured puts. I live off of 5% of what I make, right? Luckily, my income is pretty damn high now. But 6 years ago, I lived off of $1,100 a month. That's it. I had a car, it was paid off. It was not a nice car, but it was a car. Whatever, it was like a Jetta. I got a duplex that I house hacked. And I lived for free. And I lived like a bum. Because I took all the fucking money I could and I stuck it in the market and I sold puts with it. You have to do that. And even if you're a full-time trader, like if I didn't have YouTube and if I didn't have my mentorship group and the Discord, I'd trade for 30 minutes a day max and I would go start a business. The market itself is not going to make you a multi. And here's the thing. Once you get up to $3 to $4 million selling cash secured puts, it's very hard to move that kind of money around. So yes, you can become a millionaire off of trading, but you need a shitload of money. Like you're not going to turn $2,000 into like $4 million unless like you're constantly selling cash secured puts. You can do it. It's going to take like 40 years. So please remember that. But that's what I would do. If I had a small portfolio, cash secured puts, put credit spreads, call credit spreads, risking $100 max per position. Got margin called and lost 80% of my CFD portfolio. No, be careful with margin calls. They will do it very quickly during market turbulence. Added Palantir 982, very, very nice. Qtrade, an okay platform for first timers. I've never heard of Qtrade, unfortunately. Whole video, I can do a whole video. Don't need Robinhood for spreads. What ticker would you strike put credit spread on? Right now, I'd probably do a call credit spread for 770 on Tesla. So buy a 770 call and then, sell a 770 call and buy like a 775 call or something like that. But I can do a whole video on that. What's a realistic goal for a year on a $2,000 account? $1,000 profit. To pull a 52% return, let's just do this real quick. Let's do this. Compound interest calculator. Okay, let's say you have a Roth, so we're not talking about taxes here. $2,000. We have $2,000. That's all the money we have. We're not putting any money in at all. And let's say that we had that money for 10 years and we did put credit spreads, making an average of a 50% return per year. In 10 years, $2,000 is 115 grand if you do everything correctly, right? It's not bad. It's not life-changing. To most of you guys, you might be like, 150 grand is life-changing. You can't even buy a fucking half of a house in like a decent neighborhood right now with that, right? So let's say we look at 20 years. This is going to significantly change due to compound interest. In 20 years, you'd have $6 million, right? In 30 years, if you did this, you would have $383 million. Now, this $383 million is kind of a lie. Making 50% return on $383 million is very, very hard. It's not easy because you can't just sell $380 million worth of cash secured puts every day. You can't just fucking swing $323 million worth of options. Like you can't do that. That's why guys like Chamath Palihapitiya is not putting billions of dollars in the market and making 57% return per year every year selling cash secured puts. Like you just can't do that, right? That's why you start to invest in real estate, etc. But remember, 10 years on $2,000, you would make $115,000. Now, let's say instead you start with $2,000, but you can put at least $6,000 a year. In 10 years, instead of $115,000, we would have $1 million. So I hate Grant Cardone, but you 10x'd that number in the same amount of time just by putting $6,000 a year into the market. And I'm pretty sure 6,000 divided by 12 is $500 a month. We can all afford $500 a month. You could drive Uber on Saturdays. Every Saturday, make $500 for the month. You could stop eating out 2 days a week, probably save $500 a month. Like, it is very hard to make that kind of money just in the market. You can do it, but you have to do it correctly. You have to never waver, never break, and you have to take more risk when you have a smaller portfolio. So that's what I would say. Save as much as you possibly can. Money will not make you happy, bro. I will tell you that as someone who is, you guys know, prison, felon, dirt poor, to basically not fully do whatever the hell I want right now. I'm not going to go buy a Lamborghini, but like, it doesn't make you happy, man. Is it 2x realistic over a year? No, I don't think it is. So like, you could, but like, the smaller your portfolio is, the higher risk you have to take, and the bigger chance of you blowing everything apart is pretty hard. I have a machine shop, but ran out of money to make it start. No. Machine shop's the shit. I say apparently because I'm 2 and 2. Agree everything you said. I got the gospel of truth here. Gracias, my friend. Best way to make consistent 2K a month. Best way to make $2,000 a month is to have a $100,000 portfolio and sell cash secured puts. That's why I want $2.5 million. If I have $2.5 million in cash, I can pretty easily make $1 million a year, potentially $800,000. That's my goal. Thanks. I appreciate your time. Thank you very much. Let's see. Selling a bunch of PNTR cash secured puts right now. Very, very nice. And you can just roll them over too. Too much juice. Realist YouTuber. Thank you very much, my friend. Happy birthday. Thank you, Chavez. Pete, listen to me. You've inspired me. I just graduated and have student loan debts, but at least I got a job. I'm planning to find the best brokerage in Canada for selling cash secured puts. Please, guys, everybody sell cash secured puts. Here's the problem. Let's just fucking throw it out there, okay? Let's just throw it out there. The best way to trade is cash secured puts. You're not gonna make $200,000-$300,000 fucking dollars a year, or 200-400% a year. You can easily make about 25%. Realistically make 50%. Best case scenario, make 100%, which is fucking nuts, right? The problem is nobody talks about this at all. No, there's like 2 YouTubers who talk about cash secured puts, because you don't make money selling shit on cash secured puts. It's like fitness people have keto, fucking whatever it is, but like you can't put in a patent on spinach, right? Like I can't put a patent on cash secured puts, so nobody talks about them, right? Nobody talks about them because they're not cool, they're not fucking hip, it's not this, fucking new shit coin that's out there. Like, it's just not, right? Telling about naked puts, yes, but it's not naked because you have the money to secure it. You need to have the money to secure it. Yes. What's the time range for cash secured puts? I do 1 week. So here's the thing. The smaller time frame for a cash secured put, the less money you make, but the faster you'll make it. What about cash secured puts slightly in the money? I never go in the money, I go out of the money. The reason I go out of the money is because the further out of the money, the faster you make your cash. We're doing this because we want to trade things with high implied volatility and things with high theta decay. Like SQQQ, this is just a great way to explain this to you guys right now. SQQQ, since I've bought it today, SQQQ is down 2%. And I'm flat on this position. So SQQQ has dropped 2% and I am flat. Actually, I'm down $20 now. Now imagine if I got straight up like calls on that. I'd be down like 70%. Money vesting has started to talk cash secured puts. Yeah, man, like cash secured puts are the way to go. I wish more people talked about them. It's just not that cool. Like, it's not. And a lot of people said like, dude, you should not really talk about cash secured puts that much because it's very, very hard. you know, to make money. But like I said, like with my mentorship group and shit, I was like, I'm not here to teach these people how to trade, right? I don't talk much about the mentorship group because I don't have that many seats. Like I can't have like 1,000 people in there. That's why I made the premium group for $20 a month where you get the trades. But like, I'm not here to teach you guys as much as like, you guys know what to do most of the time. Like we have courses. I'm here to keep you accountable. Like I'm here so that the mentorship group hops on the stream with me every morning and I keep them accountable, right? That's the most important thing. SPY puts, I didn't understand. Can somebody please write that? Was the best method? Selling cash secured puts. Selling cash secured puts. There you go. What's your recommendation? The expiration of a cash secured put 1 day, 15 days, 30 days, 7. So like 2 to 7 days, Ming, is what I look for. I don't want to go too far out. Tesla looked like it's going to run. Options went up in value. It may. I would actually might get some puts on Tesla again. I'm also in Canada. Think about using Qtrade. I've never heard it, but I can look into it. Really love the idea of selling puts, but it takes big balls. It does, but it's very cheap. Like, you have a very high chance of making money. Do you look at Delta when selling cash secured puts? Not really. I always look at IV and I look at Theta. I can do a whole stream on IV, but if you go to the courses and seminar section within the Discord, there's a whole video on IV. When IV is like over 100%, you make money very quickly. How about covered calls? Yeah, you can do covered calls, cash secured, or covered calls. You can do them for sure. The biggest issue is those I really go far out of the money because I don't want to give up my shares. If I had $100 to spend and was doing a put credit spread, what would I choose? It's a good question. I probably wouldn't do a put credit spread right now. I'd probably do a call credit spread on Tesla. Fuck it. I'm just going to do a call credit spread on Tesla to show you guys. Who gives a shit? Tesla. Fuck. Spread vertical. Expiring tomorrow. I'm going to do a 770 and a 775. I'm going to sell. I'm going to do 5 of them. And we filled. $770. $770. All right. So we have this top here, this triple top. It's probably going to end up rejecting here. So what you're looking for can't show us on the screen. I can't get TD on the screen without showing my account numbers. But I use TD. All you would do is here. So let's see you go. So if you do a put credit spread, let me type this out. You would sell the strike you want it to close below if you're doing a call, and then buy the strike you want above. So for a call credit spread, I don't think it's going to close above 770. So I sold a 770 call, which is a bearish position, right? Sold a 770 call. It's a bearish position. As a insurance, basically, I bought a 775 call. So the 775 call is a bullish position, right? The 770 call is a bearish position. So the bearish position picks up for the lack of, if we end up ripping, I'm not going to lose like, $6,000 or some shit. If that makes sense. So that's why you have, it's kind of like a hedge in place on your own portfolio. But you can only do 1 or 2 of them if you want. And that put credit spread would be the opposite. So a put credit spread would be, so let's do put credit spread, selling a put at a strike you think the stock will not close below, and buying a put directly below that. So this way you have an insurance policy. So if Tesla closes above 770 by tomorrow, I will lose $900. If it closes below 770 by tomorrow, I will make $900. Now, if I would have sold like this is called picking up pennies in front of a steamroller. Let me see if I can like share a screenshot without showing my fucking numbers. So let's do this. Sell verticals. And let's just do one single order. Oh, fuck. I'm not going to be... I can't post... It's not Discord. I can't post a photo. Can I post a photo straight to the chat? Or is that... Can I not do that here? I don't think I can do that here. Fuck. I can't. No. Okay, whatever. I'm going to post it in like a section you guys can't see. Whatever. I'm going to post it in the anime section of the Discord, whatever. So... I don't know if you guys can see this or not. So if I were doing one of the contracts that I picked right now, the max profit is 247. Max loss is 253. So if Tesla closes above 770, I sold 5 of these. I would, for every contract, I would lose 253. I just got a sell order on EXPE. I don't have it. And then 247. But let's say this is called picking up pennies in front of a steamroller. So with this, I only have a 52% chance of profitability. But let's say I wanted to go with something super safe, like a 90% chance of profitability. I want a 90% chance of me making money. What you will notice here is the numbers are going to shift significantly. So this is, max loss, max profit. So let's say I sold a 825 call. What you'll notice, if I change it to 825, I am every single time, if it closes over 770, I will lose $461. I'm sorry, not 770. If it closes over 825, I will lose $461 if it closes below $39. So this is called picking pennies in front of a steamroller. So yes, you have a 90% chance of profitability, but if you fuck up one time, you're losing $500 to make 50, which means you would have to do the same trade 10 times just to get back to even. It's just not worth it to do that. You know what I mean? I got a 730, 725 put credit spread expiring tomorrow. Chances it closes below that, there is a pretty high chance, Alex, but Alex Hernandez, like the fighter, there's a pretty good chance, but I don't think so. You think you'll be okay. Are you profitable? If you're profitable, it might just be good to walk away. It's pretty close. Yeah, I call it dancing. You're dancing on the line. Screenshot on paint. Scrub your fucking mana. Find a stock you don't mind owning. I think Tesla's about to pop up. It might. We did triple top here, but we did triple bottom. Why do you think Tesla is not up comparing to lots of other tech companies today? And what's the argument that may not close above 77? So I'm not saying that Tesla's not up. I'm just saying, like, so we all can say old supports become new resistances, right? 770 was a very strong support. You can see here, like, this was a very strong support. And now this support, theoretically, doesn't have to happen, should become a new resistance. So that's why I'm bearish on this. I'm up $37. Let's go. So I'm up $37, but here's the thing. The call that I bought is down $1,000. And the call that I sold is up $1,150. So between the spread, I'm up $150. Cash secured put in the money, out of the money. I always go out of the money, Larry. Yeah, I always go 1 or 2 strikes out of the money most of the time. All right, guys. Jesus Christ. I wanted to do 15 to 30 minutes. We're at an hour. I hope this helped, guys. Let me know if you need anything. Hope you guys have a good day. Biggest thing, like, don't freak out. You know, you're gonna see this shit all the time in the market. Like, don't freak out. There's really no reason. Hit the like button, subscribe to this channel. You know, hit the notification bell because a lot of the videos are like really time sensitive. If you guys want more content on like cash secured puts, etc., I can do more live streams. I think live streaming is the best way to talk about cash secured puts and teaching. Right? I think teaching is a lot better than just a video. So I'll probably do these a couple times a week or something. Love the content. Thank you, Karsten. Ming, thank you so much. Mana, thank you. Thank you, Jay. Yeah, have a good day, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you. Peace. Lord Pente, love you too, brother. Take care, guys. Peace.